Hello friends, today we're going to be making Sopa de Salchichon salami soup. I am Dominican, my husband's Puerto Rican. This is just my recipe. Nobody taught me this recipe. We're just winging it. We found a lot of recipes online. We've eaten this before in our childhood. And if you're watching this, it's probably nostalgic for you as well. So I'm just going to show you all of our ingredients. You can omit, you can add, whatever you want to do with your specific recipe. I'm just giving you my recipe. So as you can see, we've got lots of ingredients here, and I've got some more over here as well. So I'm going to go over everything really quick. I'll leave all the ingredients in the description box as well. I do everything to taste. That is how I cook. So if you want to measure, you can, but if you want to do it to taste, you can do that as well. First, the start of the show is, of course, the salami. My husband picked up the salami, which is called Tropical Salchichon farmer sausage. I've never heard of this salami. It does have peppercorns in it, so he had to pull a lot of those out. He's already chopped it up for us. We're just going to use one of these. I just wanted to show you guys what it looked like. They have the Goya one, they have the Hebrew National one, they have all different kinds of salamis that are really, really good. We also have the angel hair pasta that comes like in little nests. We'll be using that at the end. We have some chopped up potatoes. He chopped up a lot of potatoes. We're probably not going to use all of those because we're also going to be adding in these sancocho vegetables. There's yuca in here, plantains, sweet potatoes, cassava, pumpkin, all of that stuff. We have some corn. Probably not going to use all the corn either, just because I don't want it to be overwhelmed with so many starches. I want there to be a really good broth. I have some tomato sauce, some tomato sofrito, and I have garbanzo beans. I want to add like a can of those in. I already drained and rinsed those as well, but I'm going to add that to our soup as well. We also have a regular sofrito. You can make your own. There are lots of recipes on YouTube. There's a nice Dominican market near us, so they make it there fresh. I'm using theirs today. I have some chopped up onion, chopped up garlic, and cilantro. We're using vegetable oil. You can use olive oil if you want. I have a big pan that I'm going to be using. Then for seasonings, I have sazon with cilantro y achote, adobo badilla. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of this. Pink Himalayan salt, fresh black peppercorns. We're going to grind those so they're not going to be whole. Onion powder, garlic powder, and chicken bouillon. You can use chicken bouillon, you can use beef bouillon, you can use a mixture of both. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and get my oil, a little bit of oil in the pan, and throw my salami in. You don't need to put oil in the pan because it will render its own oil, but I'm just going to help it out a little bit. I have my stove on medium. My stove gets very hot, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, I got my oil in the pan. That's vegetable oil again, and there's about 2 tablespoons. I'm going to add my salchichon. And you want this to get nice and crispy. My husband got this salchichon because he said it was the one that looked like the favorite because it was missing. There wasn't that many on the shelf and the supermarket, so smells so good. And I'm using a wooden spoon. Yes, I know that's not like traditional, but use a wooden spoon because it just helps move everything around. You can break things up with it. It's nice and firm, but it won't scratch your pan. I have a non-stick pan because I don't want anything getting burnt. I don't want anything getting stuck. I had my pot on this stove too long, and it made like a little bubble in my pot. So now my pot's like doing this, but I don't care because it's a nice big pot and it's gonna fit all of my ingredients in it. So I don't care. So hopefully you guys don't mind. See, I don't know about these little peppercorns in here. That's the only thing I don't like about this salami, but it smells really good. It smells like it's gonna taste really good. So I might have put too much oil, but it's gonna get them nice and brown. So we'll keep working on this. I remember when I was younger, my grandmother used to live with us and my grandfather, and they are from the Dominican Republic, from La República Dominicana. And my grandma used to make salami a lot. If you're Dominican and you're watching this, you know that salami, mango, queso frito, that's like a staple. Like Dominican breakfast, and we just love salami. She would make spaghetti. Instead of spaghetti and meatballs, it would be like salami, spaghetti with salami, with salchichon. And then the next day, she would take those leftovers and she would fry the spaghetti for breakfast. So that was another recipe that I really, really liked of hers. This is not her recipe though. We don't know what we're doing. We're winging it. Thanks, babe. My husband's holding the pot for me now. I think might be too much oil. We might need to get rid of a little bit of this oil. It did make a lot of oil. Look how much oil it made. We might need to put that other salchichon in here too. You think that's going to be enough, babe? We're going to add the other salami that I have over there into this just because they're shrinking. They're rendering a lot of fat, a lot of oil, and we're going to have to drain this. And I want there to be enough salami in the soup because we're making a big batch. Okay, so this is the second salami. I took the first salami out so you can see it's nice and crispy. Oh my god, you guys, the salami is banging, okay? It just has little peppercorns inside, so you need to make sure you dig those out so that later on when you guys are eating the soup, you don't hurt your teeth. So just be careful of that. And I drained all of the oil. Ay, Dios mío. See? That's a flashback right there. Getting popped in the face. That's why I don't mess with salami, y'all. But I'm making the soup anyways. Oh my god. It caught my head, you guys. Oh, be careful when you're making the soup. I have this on like medium-low right now, and it's acting cray-cray. Anyways, I drained all of the grease out. So this is the oil from the salami. I'm going to keep this oil. This is going to be for my soup, okay? I want that oil to permeate and go and marriage my soup. All the flavors are going to come together. We are going to be layering flavor on flavor. Oh, this smells so good, you guys. You can drain it, but this oil right here that's coming from the salami is gonna give the soup a lot of flavor. See how much oil it made? I may have to drain a little bit of that, but I want to keep some of it. Alright, we're gonna put in our sofrito. I drained most of the oil out. There's still some oil in there. Be careful because this has like, you know, fluid, like water in it, and the oil is very hot. We're going to add our onion. You don't have to use onions. If you don't like onion, you have your sofrito, which has onions in it already. Our garlic. Usually I would salt the onions right at this point, but there's so much salt already going to be in the soup with our salami, our sazon, and our chicken bouillon that we don't need that right now, okay? We're going to layer the flavors on top of each other. We'll keep going. It smells so good. My dog didn't even want to go for a walk. She's right here waiting. She thinks she's going to get something. Girl, please. You ain't going to get nothing. No, she probably will get some of this. Who's lying? Then we're going to take some of the red sofrito. I'm going to put a big 2 tablespoons. Smells really good. Smelling real good, right, babe? Mm-hmm. My husband's excited for this. He's so excited. He's been asking me to make this. He wants it so bad. Now we're going to add our tomato sauce. I think 1 can should be okay, but we may need to add a second. I'm not sure yet. Like I said, we're winging this. We don't know what we're doing.
You can always add more.
True, we can add more. There's going to be about 8 to 10 cups of water in this soup, so I'm not sure yet. We'll have to see how many we can fit in this pot, but we're going to add the sazon. I'm going to add 3 packets. I know that seems like a lot, and it is, but it's going to make sure that our soup is nice and flavorful. Because I'm not using chicken broth, I'm using water. If I was using chicken broth, I would be a little bit more careful with the salt. So I'm going to sprinkle some of this Knorr's chicken bouillon. Some garlic powder. Onion powder. Pepper. and some of our adobo. So now we have a very nice thick base with all of our seasonings, and we're just going to cook it just so that all the flavors can kind of come together, so we don't have chunks of any seasonings. They do have those cubes, bouillon cubes. You have to add those when you add your liquid. The liquid is going to help break those up. So if you have that kind of bouillon, you're more than welcome to use it. You can crush it up if you want, but they're really hard to crush up, so I would suggest just putting it in the fluid once you put your liquid in. If you're going to use broth or water. We're going to use water today because we don't have any broth at home. Smells like heaven in here. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to start adding our water. I'm going to add a pinch of my cilantro. Alright, we've pre-measured 10 cups of water. We're going to use 10 cups because we have a lot of ingredients. We're going to add that to the pot, and look, my pot's halfway filled, so I think we may even need to do 12. Actually put like another 4 cups. We're going to have 14 cups of water in this pot. This is for like, it's going to last you. If you have a big family, we only have a family of 4, but this is going to last us probably like 2 or 3 days. You know, every day that this soup is in the refrigerator, it's going to get more and more flavorful. But look at the color. It has great color. It looks so good. Thank you, babe. We're going to bring this up to a boil. So we're going to put it up to high. So at this point, once you mix everything in, you may want to taste your broth. I'm going to add some more sofrito. You just add the rest of it. So we probably use like about a cup of sofrito for this. The more flavor, the better. Thanks, babe. I am going to add a little bit more of the adobo. And then you want to taste again just to see where your flavors are. And just keep in mind, as it boils, its flavors are going to come together more and they're going to intensify. So if it isn't as flavorful now, you can fix that. But just keep that in mind. I'm going to add the rest of my cilantro.
Take anything away from it.
Alright, so we decided to add another packet of sazon. And we're just tasting it, and it tastes like, what does it taste like, baby?
Old days.
The old days. I think his eyes got watery. It brought him back to his childhood. Alright, so now we're going to start adding all of our vegetables. I'm not going to add all the vegetables in that bag either, baby, because it's going to be like too much. Because we have potatoes, we have that, we have corn. So we're going to add like half of this, half of that, half of that. And we'll save it. We'll add the potatoes to this bag, and we'll save it for like a sancocho or something. Another video, y'all. Another video in the future. Perfect. Yeah. So then we can add. Let's add. I like the calabaza. The pumpkin. It's like my favorite. All right, and then we'll add some of that to it because that's frozen. Ooh, you guys, look at that. Yeah, I think that's good. Like 6 corns maybe. It's perfect. Because we're going to add some of the noodles, and we're not adding all the noodles either. Oh, baby. Wow. Half of the potatoes. I see. Oh, this is such a nice meal to have on a cold winter day or on a rainy day, and it's been raining a lot here. Let me add my garbanzo. They're garbanzos, not pigeon peas. Garbanzos, chickpeas, garbanzos, same thing.
Is that right?
So this looks good. We even have olives in the refrigerator. If you wanted to add olives, you could add olives just a little bit. Okay, these are the olives that we use. These are salad olives. They're pitted. You don't need to use this particular one. These are cut already, and they have some red peppers in them. One of my pet peeves when I was younger, and even now to this day, is when I eat something that has olives in it and it has the pit in it. So just make sure that they're pitted. Whatever you do, just make sure they're pitted. The last thing you want is for somebody to be eating a soup and chomp down on a seed or a pit and break their tooth. Now this needs to come to a boil, and then we'll come back in about 20 to 25 minutes and check all of our vegetables and see if everything is cooked. All right, guys. Keep an eye on it. All right, so I'm just checking my soup. And everything is pretty much cooked. The potatoes are pretty done. They're at that stage where they're still firm, but like too soft, and they're not like hard. Like they're perfect. The bananas, the guineos, have a little bit more time to go. I'm just trying to gauge. I don't want this stuff to get overdone because I have to still put my my angel hair pasta in, and that's gonna have to boil for like 5 to 7 minutes. So I just want everything to be like perfect. I don't want these to get overdone because I have to keep them in to do the noodles still. Okay, I'm gonna start adding some of my angel hair pasta in. It comes in these little tiny nests, which I love. I love these little nests. They're so cute. I'm gonna put just a few of those in here. I don't want to put too many, you guys. Sopa de Salchichon. You guys, look at this. Oh my god. What do you think, babe? Speechless? He was just over here making some moaning sound. Yes. Let's plate this up. I turned off my stove, but like I said, my stove stays hot, so we're gonna just let this cool down. And you guys, don't burn yourself. Let it cool down a little bit in the pot. Just let it kind of come down from it's just been boiling. And then we're gonna serve it up. And then we're going to top it with our avocados.
Forcing me to do this. Please pay $5 now. Please.
Stop. This is her first time actually even eating. I think this is your first time eating this, yo. Carmen. This is her plate. She has everything because my kids eat everything. Yep, that's how I raise my kids. Just like my parents raised me, to eat everything on your plate. So can you rate presentation?
Presentation, 8.5.
Can you rate the smell?
I don't smell it anymore. I got used to it.
But when you first smelled it, what do you rate the smell? 1 to 10.
It smelled good, but like the sausages, I was just like, whoa.
You can smell it, right? When you walk into the house. There's my plate. Oh my goodness. Oh, we forgot to garnish with the cilantro. Oh, you guys. This is bringing me back. This looks delicious. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you guys try this recipe. You can tweak it. Seasonings are all preferential, so you guys can put in whatever you want. But, my goodness. I hope that you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed day. Bye.
Really good.
What do you rate it from 1 to 10?
A 9.
A 9. Oh, that's pretty good. Thank you.